Hand Heart Pocket is an independent charity founded by the Freemasons of Queensland. Tonight, we have launched a long-term plan that will see us have a greater impact on Queenslanders and those residing in Papua New Guinea into the future. As a result of the divestment of our aged care and retirement living business, we've been able to invest the proceeds in an investment fund.
Cambridge Associates has been engaged with Hand Heart Pocket to be able to help devise an investment portfolio that is going to be well diversified by asset class as well as by exposure to certain drivers of economic activity to ensure that the portfolio will be robust to be able to serve a return generation that will be sufficient to help the charitable granting and giving of Hand Heart Pocket.
This charity has been around for over 100 years and we certainly plan to be around for another 100 years. A key part of that is spending wisely, making sound investments and protecting our assets.
The proposal to maintain the capital base so that not all the interest earned is spent in donations, but to maintain the capital base with the balance being used for charitable purpose, I think is a very worthwhile idea.
Our strategy is really important because it allows us to work with places like Lady Salento Hospital and make positive impacts on the lives of hundreds of sick kids.
The children's charity is the Grand Master's wife's choice. The children of Queensland need to be looked after, and the Lady Salento Children's Hospital is the place to go.
One of the cornerstones of Freemasonry is charity. Our forefathers identified significant areas of unmet need almost 100 years ago. Today, whilst the areas have changed, the purpose still remains the same.
We don't just give grants, we actively look for gaps in services. An example of that is Women's Legal Service early this year, where we were able to cover a funding shortfall that helped hundreds of families in times of need.
Without the support of Hand Heart Pocket, we would have been in a very disastrous situation of having to halve our statewide helpline, which would have meant that hundreds and hundreds of women and their children would not have got the essential legal information they require for safety. It allowed us then an opportunity to put in a tender to government, which we were ultimately successful in relation to, and we now have ongoing funding for that service for the next 3 years. So it was absolutely essential. Thank you so much.
The funding from Hand Heart Pocket for the Couch Charity in Cairns has meant that they can actually move forward with their plans to build a cancer wellness centre in the region. The donations are so important for Couch because it means for the first time the Cairns region will actually have a wellness centre to support people to live well outside in the community.
The impact is really far greater than people really understand because we get to see it at the forefront of everything. We get to see families who are really struggling in understanding what a diagnosis actually does to a family. So the ability for their funds to go towards something that keeps families together is a wonderful thing.
The donation from Hand Heart Pocket is going to have a tremendous impact for all of the visitors to our service. So it's taking us from a 5-day-a-week operation to a 7-day-a-week operation. And what we know is that homelessness doesn't go away on the weekends. And at the moment, there really isn't anywhere for our visitors to go on those weekends except into other public spaces. The generosity is really something that we could never have expected on the scale that it was provided, and we really feel that they believe in what we're doing. We feel very grateful for that.
The donation from Hand Heart Pocket to Count Quality this year has fundamentally changed the way we've been able to deliver our services in the state. The $290,000 that Hand Heart Pocket so kindly gave to us has ensured that we've been able to be there over the course of 12 months for 725 kids who've been impacted by cancer and their families right across the state of Queensland. I think every person associated with Hand Heart Pocket should feel really proud of the fact that the organisation stepped up to partner with us this year. There are literally hundreds of children across the state of Queensland and their families that have been supported through this funding and have been given opportunities that may not have been there for them otherwise.
We would encourage our members to stay engaged and work with us. That way we can find out where there are areas of need in particular communities and certainly make an impact on the ground.
Every Freemason out there knows what the needs of the community are, and in that context, their interaction with Hand, Heart, Pocket, which is the charity of Freemasons Queensland, is important for us to understand what the needs are and where we might apply our charitable activities in the future.